in 1910, there were hundreds of synagogues. And like the Buddhist temples you may have already seen, most of them were little storefronts. Just a rented store turned into a synagogue. They were called stiebels. But a few, about a dozen, were these grand synagogues. And even those, half of them, were converted churches. This one was not. This one was built as a synagogue in 1887 by immigrants, Jewish immigrants, mostly from Poland. It's called the Eldridge Street Synagogue. It has a Jewish name as well, but that's what it's known as. It was, like a lot of these synagogues, what do we know about immigrant neighborhoods? They don't last. You go to a beautiful synagogue, 40 years later, everybody's gone. They've left for the Bronx. They've left for better housing, better jobs. And so they closed the upper sanctuary and began worshiping in the basement. And nobody bothered to go upstairs. And eventually the roof caved in, and the rats moved in, and the grime and dirt collected. In the 80s, a historic preservationist took that on as a project, and she was the first person to walk in that sanctuary in 40 years. And it was like a time capsule. And so to make a long story short, she raised a lot of money, turned it into a nonprofit. It is now today completely restored. It is breathtaking, especially if you saw it as I did with the ceiling crumbling down and pigeons flying through the sanctuary. It's beyond amazing. It's just incredible. It's now a museum and a functioning synagogue. So it's kind of bridging both worlds. All right, so now you got the African burial ground, the Eldridge Street Synagogue, and we'll go past the Lower East Side Tenement Museum in a moment. So let's keep